Hello, you guys. My name is BPerry. This is going to be a vlog style kind of podcast episode where I'm showing you like the behind the scenes of how I put together a newsletter using a software called Grammarly, and I'm using the premium version. And I will give you a hands-on approach of how I use it for my business and if I recommend it or not. I've been using it for the past 5 months now, and I just upgraded to the premium plan maybe about 3 weeks ago, and so far it's been great. So I'm gonna show you when I hop on Zoom what I think of the software and how I put together my newsletter. So we're on my screen and I'm about to share it right now. So as you can see, it's Mental Health Month, week 3. Over the past couple weeks, I've been writing things that were kind of like uplifting and trying to promote growth within many communities. And mental health is something that we shouldn't shy away from. It's something that we deal with on a mental base, on a physical base as well, and how it impacts your body and your mind and your spirit. So when I create my newsletters, I always think what would be an interesting title. So we'll just go with the title that I have on here, Mental Health Week 3, because I do have 3 other newsletters. I'll show you them. As you can see, I'm very busy on here. Have everything categorized in one of my folders, the website one. Let me go find it. I've been writing a lot over these past couple weeks, and I want to showcase that it is a lot of work putting things together, finding your voice, finding your passion, something that you believe in, and writing is one skill that I feel like I have mastered. People ask me what my approach is creating content, and I always tell people create an outline first, and then I do a video, and then I create a blog post and maybe a newsletter. Well, always a newsletter, but sometimes I do create a blog post if there's enough detail on it. So I'll show you one of them that I wrote. So on week 2, I talked about mental health. I talked about how it impacts people on a mental scale, especially Black men, where I always told that we have to be strong, we have to be confident about everything that we have to do, and the way that we approach things have to be a certain way. But people, Black men especially, are afraid to cry, show true emotion, because they'll be looked at as something weaker, or it comes off as feminine. So I thought it was important for me to highlight that, talk about racial profiling, lack of educational resources, stereotypes, things that are hindering you from achieving the goal that you want to achieve. And right here, I'm recommending my product, Black Men in Business, which is a film. It's a recording of a webinar that I did a few months ago, last year, when I had 2 guests, Dr. Andre Morgan and Francois Filzame, come to the stage with me, and we shared a dialogue with some people, and we talked about the Black experience through our perspective and what we have learned from books and articles, and most of the content couldn't be found on YouTube. So I thought it was important for me to have it for sale for people to get that exclusive information that's not shared, because it's very valuable. And it also helps support my business and also Black men as well. So right here, I came up with the title, and I'm not going to bore you guys with it all, but the topic will be, it's a surprising topic and it's going to catch people off guard, but creating strategies. And there are 3 ways that you can come up with this, and this is a coping strategy. So reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. Or you can put it as subtopic. So the first one, it's going to be blogging. I feel like that is very empowering, because you don't have to showcase your face unless if you want to. And it's a way for you to show your artistic skill, just jotting things down, brainstorming ideas, and bringing it to life. My other suggestion is content creation for YouTube, or you can even create a TikTok or Instagram. The main reason why I chose YouTube is because there's a wall that you can put against yourself. Like, say, if you're not into people writing comments about what you have to do, you can just disable comments and you don't have to worry about people not liking it or people saying negative things about you. The other one is creating a podcast, and it's very trending. So those were my three reasons for content strategies that you can deal with, or you can balance one of them or all of them if it doesn't overwork you. So right here is what I have wrote. Remember, I just shared with you what the outline was. So I started out with a strong hook, and you notice right here, it has a lot of spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes, like commas, get rid of this, get rid of that. And on a premium version, it helps formulate your tone of voice, the way that you deliver information, and all that good jazz. So I'm gonna start using Grammarly. It's a plugin that you can download to Safari now, your iPad, your Android, Chrome, which it was mainly used for. I use it on Chrome. I don't use it on my phone because it could affect the way that I text people. Let's see how I'm just going through it with ease. Like, we'll look at the census right here. This is the third week of Mental Health Month. I forgot to write the word month on here. So it's good that I'm reading out loud. And it allows me to really formulate my ideas. When you're just writing things down, you don't catch all your mistakes, but when you read it out loud, like if you're reading it to someone, like I recommend for people to do, because I do it with my business, right before I send out a newsletter, I read it out loud multiple times, at least 10 times, and see what other people think and how I can tweak it. But Grammarly, it helps me save some of that time. So right here, this is the third week of Mental Health Month, and it doesn't stop here. In today's newsletter, it says be talking about, but it says discuss, which sounds better, coping strategies that can help or to help your mindset. The mindset is turning what could be looked at as a negative thing into something positive. You will be shocked by this method that I will suggest, but yes, I will say it. 2 words. Content creation. Content creation could be showcased in different methods, where whether it's writing things down, making a video, or even doing an audio-only podcast. I think it's important for people to showcase their creative side and the mediums that they choose. Let me see. I'm gonna see how I can tweak this. I think it's important for people to showcase their creative side and the mediums of, let's see, we can change this to the different mediums of choices they feel the most comfortable with. So I'll dismiss this one because I don't think it needs a dash. And I spelled coping wrong, so I'm glad I caught that. Add apostrophe to that. It's yes, comma. Yeah. The way that I like to write down my newsletter is conversational based, like if I'm talking to you. And the neat thing about my newsletter is that people can reply to it, and it keeps me engaged because it shows that people are really into the material that I'm trying to produce, and I feel connected to them on a personal level. Kind of like when you're listening to my podcast and I'm talking about these various topics, whether it's accountability, mindset, well-being, finance, and these are all things that we can relate to because it's things that we have to balance on a normal base. And I'll probably make this into a video, this one. Let's talk about blogging. What's neat about this is that you don't have to show your face, and that could be a major plus for some people. Some people don't like how they look or are focused on what other people will perceive of them, thinking that they're not smart or good enough. So that stops that barrier a little bit. You can write about what is on your mind and share it on your website and let people take a trip on your journey on how about how you are feeling at the moment. See how I'm able to just plug things in? Now it sounds a lot better. I'll keep it as at the moment and stuff now because it has more impact. When you say just now and people aren't feeling that right now, it makes people persuade a different way versus saying at the moment, because a moment could be really quick, but now could be everlasting sometimes in a tone. Writing down an outline helps to create a clear path on this journey. Even story, right? Every story must have an engaging title with a strong hook that rails people in for more. Having a climax that builds up only propels the momentum you feel and eventually levels out to a resolution that people take away with. See how I'm reading out loud and it's coming out more polished? Option 2 is to create a video. I suggested YouTube because it allows there to be SEO and doesn't get lost over time. And your content never loses value because it's evergreen, meaning that it doesn't lose its value. It stays in the system. You can look up content from 10 years ago, still have the same level of impact. You might educate yourself a little bit more because not everything is so staged like most people's videos where everybody sounds like they're saying the same exact thing. What is interesting about YouTube is that it doesn't feel okay. Let me just tweak this up a little quick. Let me make some changes so it can be a consistent flow. What is interesting about YouTube, if you don't feel comfortable with people writing comments because you think it will be negative, you can disable them so no one can react to it. There isn't much commitment to the platform if you just want to use it as a digital diary, video diary. But it's a good way to build an audience. See, I caught that too. So that was good. That will support you throughout your journey. The last option, this is no surprise because I do podcasting. I do all these actually. All right, so I did a little bit of tweaking to that one. The last option is podcasting. Podcasting is a mixture of blogging and creating video content because, all right, let me read it over. All right, the last option is podcasting. Podcasting is a mixture of blogging and creating video content because you can share a personal experience or talk about what you're interested in. Podcasting is a mixture of blogging and creating video content because you can share a personal experience or talk about what interests you and your audience. Podcasting has been trending over the past couple of years, and it allows you to explore different niche topics that you feel like you are an expert in. Podcasts have the ability to change people's emotions from sad to happy because you feel like the creator of the podcast is talking to you in a personal manner. See, it reels you in. Like I said, when I write my newsletters, I make sure that it's uplifting in some type of way. I make people feel like they understand what the concept is, whether you never heard of what a podcast is or what YouTube is for whatever reason. I'm breaking things down and how you can apply it to your regular routine. I'm not saying every video has to be positive. Not every post you have to write has to be positive, but it has to have something that reels people in and keeps them wanting more. And like I said, I reply to people's comments that they write on my newsletters. And it makes me feel connected to them in such a great way because I'm happy that they're consuming my work because it takes a lot of work and effort putting these newsletters together along with the podcast, and there's a video component that I do with everything. And I wrote right here for a call to action. Can't wait to hear which method you are willing to try out or try. That sounds better. Even if it's for just 3 months. Sometimes habits take a little bit of time. Sometimes it can take 22 days. Sometimes it takes 30 days. Maybe it takes you a couple months and it becomes a habit that it feels like second nature and you don't have to think, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Like right here, I use this planner every single day. I always talk about getting a handwritten planner because it's important for you to note take things. Like say if your internet crashes and you have no way to keep up with what's going on, you have the access to the material right there. You can also use monday.com if you want, or Asana. I'll put all the links in the description. And the software that I'm using right here is Google Docs used on Google Workspace. It's hooked up to my business account. And I think it's wonderful for me to keep everything organized, like in these different folders that I have. I'm not going to share you all my information, but these are just newsletters that I wrote over time. As you can tell, I write a lot. And it keeps everything in a bubble, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's course material, what if it's BPerryFilms material, what if it's the Artistic Creator Academy, photos, videos, everything is all intertwined into one platform where I can just send files off or just keep a mental note to myself of how I can improve it. So at the very end, I wrote, can't wait to hear which method you are willing to try, even if it's just for 3 months. Try one of the methods, if not all of them. Make sure you go at your own pace and learn your limitations. Like some people I know who reach out to me that are my subscribers talk about starting up a podcast. And they're like, oh, I have so many ideas. And then they try to do everything all at once and they end up burning out very fast, and that's relatable. I always tell people post every other week if you want to start out. Then when you get the momentum every week, if you feel comfortable doing multiple times a week, do with that and then schedule breaks in between. Like as you guys notice, I have been uploading every week. The podcast has been uploading every other week, but I have some other short form video posted on there as well. Right here, I have another call to action, letting people know that I'm running a scholarship for my course, Creating an Effective Business Plan, for people who attend my webinar called Documenting Your Brand Using Video. And it goes back to starting a YouTube channel and how it can impact you as the owner, the business, creator, whatever title that you're trying to pursue, and build that connection with your audience that way. It's all about creating impact. And I let them know that they'll be able to save 50% if they are selected out of the 5 people. So say if there's 50 people who attend, only 5 people will be eligible for the 50% through the raffle that I'm selecting them out of. And hopefully they will gain a lot of access to information and build a strong community around them. Like I said, you want to have that strong call to action, let people know that it's urgent to sign up. The event's on May 23rd. Like I don't always like telling people on YouTube because you don't know when people are looking at this content. But as of this date, this is May 23rd of 2023. So anyone who watches this next year, don't think this event is going on right now, but so just take note. I'll put all the links of all the software that I recommended and talked about in this video, starting with Google Workspace. You can get a domain and also email to hook up to your website, and you get cloud storage, access to Google Forms, Word documents, Excel sheets, PowerPoint, all those different native platforms are all on Google Workspace. And you get up to, I think it goes up to 8 terabytes. I'm on the 2 terabyte plan because I work with a lot of video, and I'm already almost at 60. It'll be close to 100 by the end of the year, I believe, since I do a lot of video content. But yeah, it keeps me very organized. We talked about Grammarly today, and let me tell you right now, I think it is worth it, especially if you're a business owner or if you're going off to college or even a blogger, podcaster. SEO is very important. Having correct grammar is important. I'm just leaving some of these. I know that some of them have lines on it, but I want it to feel personal. I don't want it to feel like a robot. I want it to feel like I'm talking to them directly. And at the very end, it looks like this. Yeah, Grammarly Premium is definitely worth it. You get more functionality out of it. But I just wanted to make this quick video to show you that the investment is definitely worth it, and you'll learn a lot. Take advantage of opportunities that are given to you. And I believe that this is great to have and keep you on track. Another thing that I like about this platform is that it shows you your insights, like how many weeks that you've been using the platform, have you been active, more engaged with the platform compared to others, less spelling mistakes, and then it tells you what type of writing style that you have as it notates it in the system. And I think it's some good features. So I hope you all enjoy this video. This was fun putting this together. Thank you for watching this video. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse at BPerryFilms. And I can't wait to see what you guys use with the platform. Like I said, I'll put all the links in the description box below. I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you.